I just got a polo that I gotta whip this off and throw the polo on. I got jeans too, but
do you want to do that real quick before this event comes on? Or?
I think they're gonna be here any second. That's the thing. But we got some, like Masters 4s. I could probably
sneak out
take
before
a dip during that. The alumnites tend to bunch up, so you gotta have that rapid fire spotting and delivery.
All right. Can you hear us on Elliott Bridge? Woohoo!
Hey, Elliott Bridge.
We are excited to see the first 8 of the women's Alumni 8s coming around the bend. We've got 52 competitors in this event, and we expect to see bow number 1, University of Washington, likely coming around first.
That is what you would expect, but I do not see bow number 1. I see bow number 2. Bow number 2 would be Stanford.
As a Stanford alum, I'm excited to see these Stanford women cranking around the turn. We've got multiple Olympians here. Aja, with apologies, I might mispronounce her name, Zakowski, who was in the Paris pair this year. Emily Delman was in the U.S. quad. And Ali Rusher was in the quad at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. We've also got Christine Cavallo in here. Let's hear it for Stanford as they are the first women's alumni boat entering Elliott Bridge. Looking very nice.
But right on their tail, we have Texas rowing as well.
Longhorn Legends here with bow number 3 and the Hook'em Horns, brown
burnt
unisuits.
Orange, Longhorns, and then we have bow number 1. So just
little change up in racing order here.
Unless there was a problem at the start, I think we can assume that Stanford and Texas have both overtaken University of Washington. Which the unofficial timing out of CBC shows Stanford and Texas are about 0.8 of a second apart. So it's still anybody's
that's pretty
race.
Exciting. And those are the 2 crews that have taken turns the last couple of years for the women's national championship and the NCAA finals.
And we do have, looks like a pack of 3 crews coming around the corner next.
On the inside of the turn here, we have bow number 6, the brown women.
Yep, Michigan on the outside.
With Michigan hanging on tough on the outside of this brown crew.
And Fat Cat on the rear.
As with this first cluster of boats, we've had a little bit of passing here. Let's hear it for Brown Alumni as they come into the bridge here, followed by Michigan, and then Fat Cat Alumni from Princeton, also full of several Olympians.
Let's hear it from the bridge. Make some noise.
We've got bow number 8 here visiting from Dublin, Ireland, Old Collegians Boat Club. This is an alumni crew of the University College Dublin Ladies Boat Club. Second year racing in this event, and they finished 7th last year in 2023. Looking strong coming into the bridge.
Doing great on the timing. They're looking very good. And then,
followed by bow number 7, which is Radcliffe Alumni Rowing Association.
Of course, their home course. They know it better than anybody. Following up, coming around the corner now, the yellow Empacher and the navy and burgundy blades. That's Penn Alumni.
Bow number 10 here with an amazing course around the turn is actually a visiting crew from Great Britain. This is a reunion crew from across the pond. All of them are members of the Cambridge University crews that were victorious in the Oxford-Cambridge boat races between 2018 and 2022. Let's hear it for this visiting British crew from Crabtree.
Yes, Crabtree, Cambridge University alumni. These are one of the crews we were telling you to watch about. The alumni of the boat race between Cambridge and Oxford.
11.
This is bout number 11, Wisco, Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin alumni.
Coxed by Olympian Yaz Farouk, who is the head coach at University of Washington, coaching many of the incredible women we saw come by earlier in this event.
And approaching us now is bow number 12 with the white on top and blue blades. That's Bula Bula. They are one of the various Yale alumni crews. So Bula Bula is the Yale women's alumni. Yep. So approaching the bridge right now, that is Rutgers alumni out of Washington. And then BMA, so that is Cornell alumni.
Following Cornell, we've got Evergreen Rowing, which is Dartmouth women alumni.
Of course, play on words with Dartmouth being Big Green or just Green as their mascot. And we have two side-by-side crews approaching. On the buoy line in pink is bow number 18, trying to overtake bow number 16. So bow number 18 is the Northeastern alumni in pink with the better racing line, overtaking Syracuse alumni with the orange hats and orange blades. But Syracuse is not letting them go. Syracuse is holding them in place. Looks like Cuse might actually be able to hold them through the bridge and for the next racing line around the last turn.
With bow number 17, we've got the Brown University women here.
Yes, those of you on the bridge who have binoculars, you'll notice the bow deck of their hull is actually a bear. And a little bit of a jump. We have another Radcliffe crew now in front of CBC with the black blades with the white tips. And I'm sure Radcliffe is very happy to have passed the Bula Bula crew. That is another Yale alumni crew. And then we have two crews coming around the corner side by side. And we will wait to announce them as they get closer to the bridge.
Approaching the bridge now, we have X-Boat, which is a Bates College alumni group.
And they just overtook King's Crown. So that is Columbia women's alumni crew from the 2020. So these are all graduates within the last 4 years. Sounds like we have some fans up on the bridge. And in front of CBC right now in blue and white, those are Georgetown alumni. And then there's another Radcliffe boat in front of CBC now in the white hull. Again, blue, black blades with white tips. And this is bow number 26, Queen City Barge Club.
Bow number 25 here, we've got United States Naval Academy graduates. These are all athletes who have or are currently serving in the United States Navy and Marine Corps. Let's hear it for our Navy alumni here.
Yeah, let's go Navy.
Followed closely behind Bow number 27, DeWolf Boat Club, Boston University alumni.
And those two crews have put a pretty sizable gap between themselves and the rest of the competition. We've seen about 30 crews, but there are 52 competitors in this event. Which part of that is that the top half do get guaranteed seating versus a lottery system. So there is a goal to train for some of these crews versus other crews. They think they can compete and they put their name in the lottery.
That's right. Year after year, the Head of the Charles becomes an even more competitive event to get an entry into. So that coveted top half finish for these Alumni 8s is super important, meaning that you can guarantee yourselves a bow number for next year. Otherwise, you're into the lottery and you may not get an entry again for a couple more years.
And out in front here, bow number 28, my alma mater, Trinity College. Let's go, Bantams. And they are trying to hold off bow number 35. That's the Oxford University Club. I don't know anybody in that boat.
That Oxford boat just coming through Elliott Bridge right now are all, as we mentioned earlier, they're all veterans of the Oxford-Cambridge boat race. And some of them competed as recently as last year and others over a decade ago, as well as including heading into the bridge. We've got bow number 30, which is the Wesleyan alumni women. And bow number 32, Marion Mercy Academy out of Marion Station, Pennsylvania, with their high school alumni boat. Followed by Colby College alumni with the distinctive blue unis with the white C on the back. Let's hear it for Colby.
And then we have bow number 33. That is Alabama. So University of Bama, Roll Tide.
They describe themselves as a bunch of friends who want to bring a little Roll Tide to Boston.
And then we have Penn State directly in front of the boathouse here. They have the blades with the S, presumably for state.
That's
on
right.
them.
Followed by bow number 39 from King's Crown. Those are Columbia Women's alumni with graduates from the last decade or so.
So we do have some unofficial timing that we want to report. It looks like the record will stand unless something incredible happens in the bottom half. But first place and second place is separated by 0.35.
Wow, less than
That
half a
is
second.
between Stanford and Texas. That is one bad stroke or one fraction of an angle on a turn.
That's right. We've got a huge cluster of crews coming in here. We'll see if we can announce them sequentially as they come through. We have BMA, which is Cornell alumni here in the red boat, bow number 38.
And right behind them, we have bow number 36. That is Holy Cross alumni, Worcester. So they're Massachusetts local, but don't necessarily get a ton of experience on the Charles.
Followed by, we've got 5 crews coming around the turn here. And the bow number 43 in the lead of that cluster of crews is the Stanford lightweight alumni boat.
And behind them on the buoy line with the black and white checkerboard oars is bow number 42, Fordham alumni. They are holding off bow number 40. Looks like they probably just overtook bow number 40. That is Bowdoin. And then we have 2 crews side by side behind Bowdoin. Bow number 41.
Which is Huskies Forever out of Norwalk, Connecticut.
They are on the buoy line, so presumably that is Yukon. And then bow number 37 is Colgate alumni, right behind Yukon. Wow, I am always tremendously impressed by these coxswains that can navigate 5 or 6 crews through Elliott Bridge nearly simultaneously.
One thing about these alumni events is that these coxswains have been down the river a few times, which is not often the case for our junior crews. And in a similar event tomorrow morning, we'll have 90 boys and 90 girls, junior 8s, trying to fit through Elliott Bridge at roughly the same time, and it probably won't be as neat and orderly.
And
for those of you who are Instagram fans, Elliott Bridge actually has its own Instagram page, which is populated by photographs of very creative approaches and tangles coming into Elliott Bridge.
And this is the Alumnae's, Ohio State's alumni crew. And actually, it's not just the junior crews. Actually, many of the collegiate crews will also have novice coxswains who may have only been on the Charles once before or seen a video.
On the inside of the turn here, we have Northeastern Alumni.
That is bow number 45 along the buoy line in the red hull, bow number 49.
They've been overtaken by Rutgers alumni, class of 2024. So these are all women who graduated just a few months ago and are fresh alumni from Rutgers.
And right behind them with the yellow blades, those are Smith alumni from Northampton. And they have overtaken UNH, friends of UNH, there with the pink hats and the blue and white blades. Now that is almost all of our crews. We have a couple more stragglers. I think we're expecting possibly 4, maybe 5 more crews in this event. Oh, and I can see them coming around the corner now. Looks like they're coming around side by side. Well, while we have a second here, hey, folks on the shoreline, on the Boston shore, can you hear us? Make some noise. Okay, I guess they can't hear us.
We've got Boston University DeWolf Rowing Club here in bow number 51 making its way around the Elliott Turn.
Yes, that is named for the DeWolf Boathouse and famous alumni and donor to the program.
Followed by the alumni of New Trier High School in Winnetka, Illinois. This is actually the first time that an alumni boat from New Trier will be racing at the head of the Charles or otherwise. New Trier is one of the top public high school rowing programs in the country.
Yes, it's worth noting this is an alumni event, but that does not mean strictly university level alumni. You can be a high school level alumni program and compete in the alumni events.
On the outside of the turn here, we've got bow number 46, which is Archbishop Carroll. This is a parochial school outside of Philadelphia in Radnor, PA, reuniting to enjoy a trip down the course for the first time in several years.
Although not part of the public school circuit, they are also historically a very competitive rowing program. And I believe that is Middlebury because I can see the cow spots from here, and that should be the last course in this event, or the last crew in this event.
We'll take a moment between events here to recognize some of our sponsors and partners. One of the organizations we work very closely with and very happy to partner with is Community Rowing, or CRI as they're known locally. CRI brings the sport of rowing to more than 5,000 youth middle schoolers in Boston and Cambridge public schools. This all happens through CRI's Let's Row program.
Fun fact, they're the largest community rowing program on the planet.
That's right, and many community organizations across the country are modeled after CRI because of the success and the breadth and depth of CRI's programs. Yes, CRI has a great tent on the finish line, up towards the finish line, where yesterday a bunch of local elementary school children were learning how to erg and learning about the sport, meeting some Olympians. So CRI is really a terrific community program right here in Boston on the Charles. The last of our competitors finishing up here in the Women's Alumni 8s. Let's hear it for Amherst Alumni. This is a program that, like many others, was halted for about 18 months during COVID, and they've had to work hard to rebuild the program. But we're excited to see this women's alumni group here from Amherst College.